This has been happening in America since people understood that you needed to divide people based upon biological features that they cannot control. Because if you're like me and you studied the slavery in the United States, you know that first ship that came into Jamestown, those black people were meant to be slaves, but the ship accidentally came to Jamestown, or accidentally landed on American shores and was supposed to go somewhere else. So, because the British didn't know what to do with those men, they initially didn't write slave codes. Oh, but once they did, it changed the trajectory of this nation to things that reverberate to the present day. And it's always been insidious towards black men. Black women took their brunt of it too, but black men particularly took a whole lot of mess. And when people say, let's let go of the legacy of slavery, that's hard to do when stuff like this happens, right? Let's go ahead and take us a trip to Vegas, to the Strip in particular, and have us a visit with one of them's popo, who decided he was going to make fake arrests and get people up on weird charges. And while he did this, he was going to do this while using junior officers who tried to tell him that the arrests were derelict, and he didn't listen. I'll let y'all go look at the man's photo, because if you look at him from a certain angle, this man that was doing it was kind of a light, bright, dang near white looking black dude, but he could have been a white guy with a tan. This guy has a weird last name. I won't say weird, I'm sorry, I don't like to make fun of people's names. Let me take that back. His name is not something I usually associate with America in general, like a name like Smith or something like that. So you all have to look him up, because I can't tell if he's a person that's not black with a good tan, or if he is part black or of black heritage. Either way it go, it doesn't matter. He misused his position. Now, he would orchestrate false arrest. He's been on the force for 10 years. He just got indicted in August, right? Because one of the officers sent a whistleblower letter to the police union, because he would scare the officers by saying the captain has my back, meaning he used an even higher ranking officer who probably didn't know he was being used to say, we're going to target people on the Strip. And you find out now it was mostly black men. So I don't want to be deceitful. It wasn't all black men. He mostly targeted black men. Imagine how many of these people he targeted with or without records, that were just minding their own business that day and weren't doing anything. Then people want to make fun of the fact about walking while black and saying that that's not a thing. I used to have my skepticism about it, but I more and more believe it, particularly with that teenage boy in a neighborhood that got followed by a lot of grown white men. And that to me looked like a scary situation, because I saw some clips of that. I'm happy he had that phone and freaking recorded it. If you have a problem with people, call law enforcement. Don't be sitting there cosplaying them's po-po. Just call law enforcement. But when they are called, and when this kind of stuff happens, it takes people's faith away out of the system. This is sad to me more than anything, because these men were really just on the Strip minding their own business, and any of the other people they got who are non-black. And you physically just sat here and just targeted them. Now they're going to have to probably go back that whole decade, look at every arrest and start taking statements and stuff like that. When they have to go overreach like that, that's a lot of money. That's not my issue, though. My issue is this. Let's stop the insanity with this stuff, okay? Let's stop pretending that looking a certain way biologically doesn't hamper people. We don't live in a post-racial society. We just don't. And like I said, with the racial stratification of this country, which I'm going to cover in my November series, you can't expect that America is going to become a colorblind country, because it built itself on holding certain people back. I love this country. I served it, but I see its flaws. You can find flaws in every country you live in. Again, love this country. We got the freedom still to say what we want to say, start businesses. There's a little more flexibility. We're not up under certain caste systems and things like that. But do y'all wonder if there's a color caste, just like certain other countries, and if this color caste hurts black men more than anyone? I've been wondering about this, because this is a bunch of BS. I hope to get some more information on this story and find out what happened to this guy and how they're going to handle his misuse and abuse of power. Because this mess is beyond old. It's getting old. No, it's already old. We've been here for 400 years. It's old. And look, again, without a doubt, this is not an attack on any one race of people or anything. But come on now, there are too many of these stories. Let's stop with the nonsense that this isn't happening, because it is.